Hello, fellow YouTubers. And I wanted to talk about the new Dragon Ball Z movie that just came out. I had the pleasure of seeing it. I had to go all the way to Majestic because unfortunately it doesn't show anywhere near here. It's an exclusive release. But I got to see it on actually one of their big like high def screens, which shocked me because one, we never get anime in the movie theaters, and two, definitely not on like the HD, uh, uh, high def theater that they put them in. So, what can I say about this? This is by far, sadly, probably the best movie I've seen in 2019, which says a lot for our movie lineup so far. Um, the animation was excellent, the voice acting was excellent, and more importantly, the story was excellent. Um, for anyone who doesn't know the storyline, it's basically super powered people do martial artist moves and fight epic battles. And this one was close to me because I grew up with Dragon Ball Z. Like on the WB, they had Dragon Ball Z, they had Yu-Gi-Oh, and they had Power Rangers, and that was what you watched after school because they had put it all on together in one kind of hour block. This was a completely unique experience. First off, the color scheme for the 90s version was very dull, and it speaks to the animation that came out in the time period. They didn't use a lot of bright, vibrant colors. So if you watch something from that time period and compare it to a lot of the stuff that comes out now, you can see a difference in the choice of color palettes. Uh, Two, the voice acting was tremendous. Anyone who's ever watched foreign films or Japanese kung fu movies or Korean movies or any of those kind of movies, Bruce Lee films, know that American dubbing is atrocious. It is terrible. It's like pulling teeth, and they use the worst voice actors ever. The voices half the time do not fit the characters. But in this movie, they really fit the person that they were portraying. Um, a couple of big highlights for me was the storyline took place between a couple of episodes that were before the new GT Saiyans. They're all powerful beings, and at a certain point, they gain an ability called Super Saiyan, which is the next power that they get as fighters. And a really old, uh, really evil Saiyan comes down named Brawly, who their planet got destroyed, kind of like a Superman thing. One of the evil characters destroyed their whole planet, and only a couple of them survived because they were off on missions and they weren't at their home world. And he was one of them. And apparently, he was frozen in the Arctic for thousands of years and woke up in not such a good mood. So he wakes up and decides he's going to destroy this planet, and it's planet Earth. The Earth is inhabited by a bunch of warriors who are the guardians of Earth. One, if you know the show or are familiar with it, is called Goku. He is one of the most powerful characters in the universe. There's Piccolo, my personal favorite, Vegeta, who's the prince of their race and is cocky and has an attitude. But I just love him because he, to me, always gets underplayed as a character. So, anyways, they go into the Antarctic, and there is a big, huge battle between them, and that's pretty much the gist of it. The thing I liked is this is a 2 hour movie, and each battle is about 45 minutes long. I hate when you watch a movie and it's 2 hours and there's talking, 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 one fight, and then it's over, and you're like, I just wasted 2 hours of my life listening to people explaining things. Uh, for a Dragon Ball movie, this formula doesn't work. This is a fighting, action driven show that there's big battles and big explosions and things like that. I mean, the cartoon, it used to take them like 8 episodes to end one battle. Uh, that's how big these battles are. Also, I like the fact is that for a cartoon, It focused on the characters. You knew each character, you knew their motivations, why they were doing what they were doing, and even the bad guy you felt sympathetic for. Because remember, this guy is bad because his whole world was destroyed, his people were killed, and when he woke up, the person who did it was no longer around, that he could seek justice for the death of his people. And I mean, for a kids show, that's a pretty strong kind of plot to run with, which I feel makes this kind of both a kids and an adult film at the same time. For any kids that want to watch anime, this show doesn't have the normal things that Japanese animation has. They're adult cartoons designed for adults, but this show has the battles and the flashy lights and things that distract them, while it also focuses on big things like finding your place in the world and where you go, and training hard and working hard to achieve levels of greatness. All of these characters train really, really hard, and they actually show them working out, like doing push-ups and crunches, and trying to up their powers and their abilities to become stronger than what they are. Vegeta was always my favorite arc because Goku, the main protagonist, who got all the playtime, he's looked at as this all-powerful being, and Vegeta is kind of the sidekick, but Vegeta came from their planet. He watched their world get destroyed, and his whole goal is to beat this one person. And no matter how hard he trains and the work he puts in, he's always one notch below the main character. This film, they both had to come together to beat this powerful threat. And I think that speaks on a personal level to the audience that, hard work and dedication can be the key to overcoming really hard obstacles. And I think there's a good message in that. And it's sad that it takes a cartoon to actually be the thing that is making these really great points. The effects were amazing. Unlike most of the cartoons that use CGI, this was all hand drawn, which I appreciate because I'm a fan of the old school. Um, it was very bright. There were a lot of sounds and really great lines. One line in particular, where the bad guy comes out and he starts destroying everything, and he's like, I will destroy your world, and there's nothing you can do to stop me, blah, blah, blah. And Vegeta looks at him and goes, well, if you're the most powerful Saiyan, then I'm the prince and you should bow down to me. I mean, just great corny lines like that really make this movie, like, nostalgic for me. So with that being said, I would recommend this. I would definitely recommend seeing it in the movies because it was awesome on the big screen with all the sound, and the blasts were like amped up to 10. Uh, Other than that, it's sad. This is probably right now the best movie of 2019. So I'm really hoping with Lego Movie getting released, and then we've got Prodigy coming out and a couple of other ones on the way. I'm hoping that Hollywood really produces some winners because right now 2019 is looking bleak. Uh, but anyways, that's my review. If you like the review, please hit the like button down below. If you have any comments or you want to know about more details, let me know. I'll comment below. I try to respond to all of the fans. Before I go, this is a movie I definitely watch if you have the opportunity. It is still playing in Majestic. They have one or two showtimes, so you kind of got to pick it out. I know for me, it played at like 11 at night. So there was one really early at like 8 in the morning, or 9, somewhere around there when the theater first opened. So because of the fact that it's an anime, I think they put it in a really weird time slot. But my theater was pretty full. And if you go on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 84 from critics and a 92 from the audience. When critics and audience agree that a film is good at the same time, then you know it's something special. Anyways, this is Lee giving you another review. Thank you very much, and you all